I haven't made a video in a while, and I actually just got a brand new iPhone 11, so I hope you enjoy the quality of this video. But I did want to actually make a finance video about a topic that I spoke about in my podcast on Pocket Change. That's the name of it. You can find it on Apple, Spotify, Google, Anchor, all those podcast places. Pocket Change, it's a finance podcast. It's the audio version of this, which is the visual portion. So what I spoke about in the podcast was, what is cash flow? And I'm a huge believer in cash flow, and figuring out what cash flow is and how it can work is a really, really useful tool for your personal finance, life. Knowing what cash flow is can really help you start to turn your life around if you're not having that good of luck with your finances. And what I mean by that is, in my podcast, we'll just go through the math really quick. Quick example. What cash flow is: if you make $1,000 a month and you spend $800 a month, that leftover amount, that's a positive cash flow. You have positive cash flow of $200. What you decide to do with that $200 is, you can either save that, you can put it in your bank account and let it earn interest for like a rainy day, or just if you like having money in your savings account, or you can invest it. And the investing part of it will grow your money. Will grow that, $200 a month into hopefully, $210, $250, $300 over time, of course. So that's what cash flow is. If you have a negative cash flow, so you make $1,000 a month and you spend $1,100 a month, then you actually have negative $100 cash flow. You either are in some deep trouble, you are overdrafting, your bank account, you have high credit card debt because you put that debt on a credit card and just save it for later, you put it away. And that's the difference between living well with cash flow and not living well. There are a lot of people, there's a difference. There's a lot of people that don't realize what the difference is in being rich versus wealthy. There's a lot of rich people. Doctors, they are rich. They make, $250,000 a year, but they have very, very poor cash flow. They don't really see much of their money. Like, they don't actually get to enjoy it. They don't have much of savings, or they don't have like that. They don't live a very good life for being a doctor because they have such high expenses. So what that means is, they either break even every month, they have very, very little cash flow, or they might have negative cash flow and they might be high on credit card debt. That's the difference between being rich versus being wealthy. Someone that's wealthy, you don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to make $200,000 a year to become wealthy. You can just start off with having really good cash flow. If you are able to save money every month, put it away, for an emergency, or just let it sit in your bank account, or you are able to invest it, even better, if you know what to do, or if you know someone that knows what to do. That is how people build wealth, and that is the difference between being rich and being wealthy, and how you can kind of come out on top. And it's really hard. It's easier said than done to have a positive cash flow. It's easier said than done to make $1,000 and only spend $800. A lot of people, debts are high with student debt, car debt. If you actually do own a home, hopefully you're not too young that you were able to save up some money, but debts are high, so expenses are high. Expenses are high on everything. I myself actually had my Wi-Fi bill go up during the pandemic unexpectedly, and I did argue with the cable company that I get my Wi-Fi from. Like, why did you increase my price on my Wi-Fi during a pandemic? And they just said, sorry, promotional rate ended, like, go somewhere else if you want to. So I understand, it's hard out there, but this is just a quick video.